Well, hello, my name is Renee and welcome to the Canteen Cooks here at Little C, our little sister restaurant in downtown Dartmouth. Today, actually, I'm going to show you a really fun recipe, super easy. And the reason we're doing this today is because last night was our staff party and it's gray and rainy outside, so no better way to cure those blues than with tomato soup and grilled cheese. But first, seeing as this is our first little episode, I'm going to call over my partner in crime, my business partner, and the cameraman, Doug. Doug, do you want to come over here, please? Let everyone see your face.
All right.
And husband. He's my husband. He is my
father
husband.
of your children.
All right, Doug.
Yeah, so I'm Doug, and as Renee said, we're here at Studio C, Little C, shooting our first YouTube episode, and we're really excited about it. This is going to be a fun project. We don't know what we're doing. So bear with us while we kind of figure everything out. All right, so here we are in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, and Doug, I'm hungry, and I'm also kind of cold because it's gross outside. So you can go. All right, but make sure to subscribe, guys, because we got videos hopefully coming every week for you, and we're going to do lots of fun stuff. So give us suggestions of what you'd like to see next. Okay, wrap it up. Stop talking. All right, so here we go, tomato soup. This is literally like the easiest soup you're ever gonna make in your life. And I'm gonna have to give props to the person who actually taught me this recipe. His name is Nicky Belanger. We also call him Little Nicky. And this has been a staple not only at the canteen itself, but at my house because my children actually love this soup. And it's one of the only ways that I can ever get vegetables into their bodies. So, pot, high, oil, easy. We all have those things at home. So there we go, a good amount of oil. I like to basically cover the whole bottom of the pan with oil. I'm using canola oil, you can use olive oil, you can use butter if you want. And what's great about this soup is that we're actually gonna blitz it once it's done. So that means chopping is minimal, which I like. So white onion, could be a yellow onion. I'm just gonna throw it right in there, large chunks. Don't have to worry about it. And all you wanna do is just sort of like sweat it off a little bit. Just take off a little bit of that bitterness from the onion, a little bit of the sharpness. All right, so onions in, easy. Wipe my knife. Got my spoon. It's a little burnt, but I'm prone to burning spoons when I'm next door working on gas. So I'm just gonna saute that lightly. Salt. I'm going to talk quickly about salt because it's extremely important, especially to me. People never want to season enough. I'll tell you what I tell my staff. Add it. Taste it. And then I want you to go just a little bit over your comfort zone. 9 times out of 10, it'll be perfect. That one time, it'll be too salty, and then I'll basically just yell at you. But it's not true. So I do a good amount of salt. Now, next. All the things that make this very special. Bay leaves, very important in cooking, especially important with tomatoes. In. Fennel seeds. You know sometimes you get like that tomato sauce when you're at the Italian restaurant or there's an Italian sausage. This is what makes it special. So, whole fennel seeds. I mean, I add a good amount because I actually like the flavor. Chili flakes, just for that kick. I mean, you can omit it if you want, but I actually don't put pepper in this soup, so chili flakes gives it that little heat that I want. Again, just give it a quick stir. And then brown sugar. And all you want to do is cook this in the pot until the sugar melts and almost caramelizes a little bit with the onions, and that's where you're going to get all your flavor. So you're sauteing your fennel seeds and your bay leaves just to bring out the flavor in them as well. Isn't this easy? I like to use the San Marzano tomatoes. I mean, you can get them pretty much anywhere. Costco carries them. And I love them because they just have a really beautiful, like rich, deep tomato flavor. They're not like watery. They're not like, you know, sometimes you get a canned tomato and it's like orange. It's like orangey and sad and limpy. The San Marzanos are beautiful and rich and thick and full of flavor, kind of like me. You don't need to crush them up, right?
I don't crush them up. You want to know why, Doug? What are we going to do? Blitz. We're going to blitz it. So make sure to get all the goodness in there. Get rid of my can. And that's it. I'm going to basically stir all that in. And I'm going to turn my heat down to like medium. and I'm just gonna let this cook, honestly, for about like 20 minutes. All right, so we've had the tomato soup base cooking for about 20 minutes now. I've got my Vitamix set up. I just have a Vitamix because I'm at work. I mean, I don't actually have one at home. I have a really old blender. So if you have an old blender, great. A hand blender, great. And if you don't have any of those, you know what I use? A potato masher. It always works wonders. But the first thing I need to do before we put it in the Vitamix is pull out that bay leaf. So I need to dig in here, find it. Doug, why don't I pull out my bay leaf?
Because we don't want to choke on it after you blitz it up. Renee likes leaving bay leaves and thyme stems in her food.
Yes, I am notorious for leaving stems and bay leaves in the food that I make, and it drives Doug absolutely nuts. So there you go, Doug, that one's for you. So yeah, I'm just gonna pour this into my Vitamix without trying to make a mess or getting it all over myself. Now remember, this is hot, so you wanna be careful to not cover the top of your blender or your Vitamix if you're using one, because it will literally blow off and you'll be cleaning tomato soup off of your ceiling for years to come. All right, so bloop, my top, my cloth, so that I can.
You don't have the cap in there then?
No, Doug, unfortunately the cap was lost somewhere along the way, probably the first day we got it. Just like many things in this restaurant, they go missing and break. So, sorry folks, but I'm going to turn this on and we're just going to give this a blitz. That was quick. So next I'm just going to add a little bit of heavy cream. Mellows it out a little bit. You don't have to add heavy cream. You can add whole milk or you don't have to add cream at all. If you want it to stay vegan or vegetarian, you could add coconut milk as well, but I mean, this is going with the grilled cheese, so. I do love a Vitamix. All right, my spoon. Ooh, yum.
Little taste.
Do you want to share my spoon?
Share everything, right?
I taste the fennel. See, I'm going to probably put a little bit of hot sauce in mine. I just like it spicy, like a picante. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour this back into my pot, put my pot in the back, and we're going to start on grilled cheeses. All right, so next we're going to go to the main part of the video, the grilled cheese. And yes, I know everyone has a video about how to make a grilled cheese. I know it's not rocket science, and guess what? I'm not going to tell you anything that you don't already know. So we're going to do 2 grilled cheeses today. So one, obviously, that nostalgic white bread, processed cheese. We were just talking, my mom used to put margarine on it, but we don't actually have margarine in the restaurant. So I'm going to go the other way and use mayonnaise. And yes, we could get into a whole conversation about mayonnaise yes, mayonnaise no. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, I actually like the taste of mayonnaise. We were just saying that, you know, if I make tuna salad or something, I often lick my spoon afterwards, which is kind of gross, but I like the taste of mayonnaise. It has a nice tang. So I've got the beautiful single processed cheese. I really don't know actually what this is. It's made with milk, edible oil product. You know what? I still love it. And then 3 of my favorite cheeses for grilled cheese, and the reason that I use them is I like the way that they melt, and I like the way that they taste together. So Oka, I love this cheese, from Quebec. A little bit nutty, beautiful melting point. Fontina is really good in a grilled cheese because it melts so well. And of course, Gruyere, just because I feel like it wouldn't be a grilled cheese without the Gruyere. And it has a beautiful nuttiness, and I feel that they all complement one another. What are you hungry for?
White bread, dirty white bread.
Woo woo! A man after my own heart. That's why we've been married for 13 years. All right, so my pan, I'm just getting it heated up here. So simple. White bread. Smells good. I actually like to put a little bit of mayonnaise on the inside as well, Doug. I know I'm not supposed to, but. And then what I'm going to do is, actually I'll do this, like I do it at home for my kids. So a good slathering of mayo. I put my bread down, and then should we like do 2 cheese, 1 cheese?
Let's go 2.
2 cheese?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, it was a late night last night, right? All right, so 2 of our singles. And then I'm just going to plop this one on and then slather it again with my mayonnaise. All right, so as you can tell by the smoking pan over here, the grilled cheese in number 1 should be ready. I don't know if you can notice this, but I like to smush my original grilled cheese down, like smush it hard. I don't know why. I always do it, and the kids are always wondering why, but I like to pat it down. So, bloop. The moment of truth.
Let's get that money shot.
All right, so if this doesn't work, then what happens, Doug? I'm fired?
Yes.
All right. I don't know if I can. I didn't really put a lot of cheese in there, Doug. So, I mean, it looks delicious. It smells good. Do you want the other half?
No cheese pull?
All right, so we've made the soup. We've made the classic grilled cheese with American cheese, I guess is what they call it. So now we're gonna do sort of like what we would do here at work. When a kid comes in, obviously we don't usually have Wonder Bread because we make our own bread, but we do buy sourdough from Bertie's Bakery here in Dartmouth, and she makes amazing sourdough, so I'm gonna use her sourdough. I actually like to use sourdough that's a few days old because I actually find it a little bit easier to cut. So here we go. Ugh.
What's going on with your knife there, Renee?
What do you mean?
A little laxative?
It got, yeah, it's just what happens during war. Someone left it near the burner, melted the handle. But you know what, Doug? We all fight over this one bread knife because everyone loves it because it's the sharpest. So, fairly thick cut? You want thick cut? You want thin cut? Thick cut? All right, so my bread is cut. I put those there. And I have my 3 cheeses, so I'm just gonna grate them really quickly. And you know what I'm actually gonna do? I'm actually using melted butter. Because sometimes I find, we're gonna use butter for this, but there's never any soft butter here at work half of the time, so I'm gonna give that a lot. You gotta get right in there into all the nooks and crannies. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put that down. You can hear that already. And I better grate fast. Grate as fast as I can.
Watch your knuckles.
Yes, it's more like the tips of my fingers. We actually have a box grater at home. It's insane. I cut myself on it every time. It's a little too aggressive for me. I like the old ones like this one. And then I'm going to actually put this right away onto my bread so it can start to melt. You know what's actually a really fun part about doing a grilled cheese like this is when the cheese kind of falls out onto your pan, it makes a crispy little chunk. All right, and then my last cheese, which is my Gruyere. All right, so then my top piece, again, slather it with the butter. Let's be perfectly honest. A grilled cheese is not meant to be fat-free or calorie conscious. You gotta go, if you're gonna have a good one, you gotta go all the way. Hear the sizzle of the cheese. It smells good. You know what's really good in here too? Just a little bit of grainy mustard, but. All right, so I successfully flipped over the grilled cheese without too much spillage, which is great. I'm smelling the cheese. I've got those crispy bits on the outside, and I'm starting to see it ooze out. I disappointed Doug really badly with my first grilled cheese because there was no cheesiness, so I'm hoping to redeem myself. This is the moment. Let me check the bottom. Oh yeah, all right. Look at that. And the crispy bits, the crispy bits. I could save those to put on top of the soup. All right. Say a prayer. You can hear that? That is a thing of beauty. All right, Doug, it is cheesy and it's actually super hot, but it's it's oozing out of the bottom.
Looks amazing.
Do you want me to get you a bowl of soup? All right, so that's it. It is all here. We have traditional versus fancy in a bowl of soup. So It was super easy, and you know what? I'm pretty sure it's delicious. But you know what, Doug? Why don't you come over here? You can try them, and you tell me which one you like. Because I kind of already know. I made myself another one.
Let's see.
I made myself another one. This time I put 4 pieces of cheese in it.
Holy moly.
That's good.
Yeah, like I love the crunch of the sourdough that you get, and it's like it holds up well. The cheese got lots of flavor. This guy here, you know, it's only been sitting for like a minute, and it's already like solid. Oh wow, there's the cheese ball we were looking for.
Oh.
But you know, nostalgia, like Renee said. So I mean, either one is going to probably give you a heart attack, but they're both quite delicious.
So today on this rainy day where we're feeling just a little bit fragile because of last night's party, you know what, Doug? As much as I love the 3 cheese and sourdough, this is going to make me feel a lot better.
Wow.
So there you go. That's it, folks. Simple, easy, delicious. So yeah, make sure to subscribe. Is that what we tell people?
Yeah.
I don't know. I cook for a living. I actually
like, subscribe, comment, whatever you'd like. But share with your friends. Let us know in the comments below like what you guys want to see on future episodes. But we have a lot of fun things lined up, so we'll see you soon.
Thanks for joining us. My mouth is full of cheese.